and out comes Shorty Gable. Cole says, Chad Gable is his nickname, his name is Chad Gable, but his nickname is Shorty. This is why, which was our setup for a video package of this geek.
They dedicated some video editor's time, like a whole day of this video editor's work day to creating a video explaining why Shorty Gable is named Shorty. So they're really focusing and investing a lot of resources into trying to get this Shorty thing over. And I'm still trying to figure out in my head what the intent is. Why am I supposed to like him? Because he's
embracing his height.
Explain. Why? So, am I supposed to relate to him because I'm around his height?
I don't know, but not to say this was going to change my mind one iota, but the fact that the person pressing him to explain this was Kayla in the ring, who was just staring up at this guy. It's what is Kayla overcoming? Is she harnessing all the same resentment in? Why isn't Shorty K talking about her this awful?
Listen, I think this is a gimmick that you could potentially do with Marco Stunt, somebody who is noticeably far tinier than everybody else on the roster. But Chad Gable is not that guy. Chad Gable is is he even shorter than somebody like Drew Gulak on this show? Is he shorter than Rey Mysterio? Is he that much shorter than Daniel Bryan even? It does not look like he is that small for them to get away with this, especially when you have the fact that this dude is an Olympian, which for a lot of people overcomes any sort of height difference. If you know a guy is a jiu-jitsu black belt, I don't care if he's 5'6", he'd probably kick a lot of people's asses. So I'm so perplexed about what they're trying to do here and why we are supposed to like this guy and why they're continuing to put so many resources into getting this short man gimmick over.
Dude, because you have a guy that looks at tiny people, and that's his mindset. It's if you're tiny, you're a goof. Look at the character Drew Gulak has been on 205 Live. And how is he utilized tonight? The thing is, you're tiny. You're a small cruiserweight. So you're the punchline. That's who you are. Even though he has not been a punchline on 205 Live, he's been this serious submission killer. It's
amazing that he sees a guy like this who again is a legitimate amateur wrestling Olympian, and the defining characteristic that he sees is that he's short. How tall do you think he actually is? Because they list 5'8".
5'8"? I've never stood next to him, so I don't know. I wouldn't have a good reference.
Geez, maybe it's actually...
But no, he's not someone that you look at on television and he stands out in any noticeable way, tall or small. He's just... looks like a perfectly solid wrestler that... it's... I don't get this character at all, and it's just death for this guy. It's just a one-note joke, and everyone will say that, hey, the people are getting into him. Look, he's getting television time. Well, let's fast forward. We know how this story ends every single time, that 6 months from now, he's going to be running around for a 24/7 title, and we can just add another name to the list that, hey, the B team, they're getting reactions. Everyone's into the B team. Remember that? Remember that cup of coffee when they had their little popularity boost?
Well, they've given this joke more than one note. Maybe even a whole chord at this point. It just keeps stacking. Because what did we get? What was the big development on this show?
Well, we shortened his name. That was the joke.
Shorty G, everybody.
Yes.
That's who he is now.
We had Axel pat him on the head. Gable beat him up, drop toe hold, ankle lock. Shorty G wins in 1:56, and then Kayla gets into the ring and asks him, as she looks up to him, how the short jokes have affected him. And Gable says that I thought I was being held back because of my height. Remember those deep, those multi-layered stories in NXT where they rose to become tag champions and he had to overcome his height because no one in the audience would take him seriously? He says, it's okay to be who you are. You'll meet people who want to make fun of you. I thank those people because I was forced to look deep inside and embrace who I am. You can overcome and accept who you are. I'm not making up any of this. I think this was all the words that came out of his mouth.
I think that's the real joke, getting a grown man to read this dialogue.
Oh. So as he goes to say his stupid name at the end, he decides, no, let's shorten that. I'm Shorty G.
Yeah.
I'm already envisioning the Road to videos with Chad Gable. I was a fucking Olympian